Show me your gear. What's going on, guys? Ryan here with Gear Nerds, here with the boys and Into the Harbor. That was a mighty clap. All right, start off. Say what your name is, what you play in the band, and give me your favorite band that you've been listening to for the past day or two.
My name's TJ Reigns. I'm from Grand Island, actually, and I play bass in Into the Harbor. More recently, I've been listening to Cokie the Clown, which is actually Fat Mike's solo project. Very sad. Very sad.
I'm Colin Folger. I play drums for Into the Harbor, and I've been listening to a lot of Rush for the last few years of my life.
I'm Todd from Into the Harbor. Fuck, man, come on. And I would say the most listened to band as of late is probably Spite.
What do you do in Into the Harbor?
Oh, I do vocals.
Hello, everybody. My name's Kyle. I play the guitar in Into the Harbor. What have I been listening to? I've been listening to a lot of Into the Harbor lately. They're a great band. But on a more serious note, I'd say probably the last band I listened to was Shadow of Intent.
Their new album's actually really fucking dope.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get right into it. First off, let's rewind a little bit. You guys just put an EP out, War. What was it, a month ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
November the 30th.
All right. Where did you record that? Or where did you record
We
that?
recorded that with Jesse Owensby at Social Moth Media.
Was it a nice, smooth process? Or like every other
Yeah.
album being recorded, it's nice and choppy?
No, I mean, we enjoyed it. It was really easy to work with Jesse. It just, you know how it is.
Yeah, throwing stuff back and forth and making...
Bumps in the road here. Yeah. So, I mean, we had some bumps in the road here and there, but like overall, the process from beginning to end was fairly easy and seamless. Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. From Map Makers to this,
Well, thank you.
claps.
Thank you
Very much. I saw you guys the first time. I Set My Friends on Fire. It was like 2.5 years ago with Diluted. It was at the Montage.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. It was the Funeral Portrait was with them. I Set My Friends on Fire, Diluted. That show. Yeah, that was a good show. I think that was like one of your last shows too.
Probably.
And then
We didn't play. Sorry, we didn't play too much last year. By the end of April, we will have already played more shows in 2020 than we did in 2019.
well, I'm hoping for more shows in 2020. We need more Harbor.
Same, dude. Same.
All right, let's get into the EP now. Who did most of the writing for guitars and that? Or is it a nice everyone put their 2 senses in?
So, how the whole process went, I don't know. We'd been talking about doing it for a while, so I just decided probably, this was in like November 2017, I took probably 3 weekends, sat in my room for about 12 hours each day, just piecing together songs myself. I showed them to the guys, and then they were like, let's go to the studio. They were pretty, they were just stems. I mean, they were works
Kind of
in
demo
process,
tracks.
if you will, yeah. And we spent a lot of time, writing them and making them better in the studio, and that's ultimately how we got to the EP.
Hell yeah. What tuning is the whole EP in?
G, most of it. There's one spot that's transposed to F, but it's kind of not
What song
really.
is that?
That's Death, the last track. So literally the last 15 seconds of the
That's
EP
why it
is
sounds
in dub,
heavier.
Yeah.
It's like you did a drop pedal or something.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm interviewing my own bandmates. Where are you from?
All right. What's your favorite song on the EP that you guys just put out?
You want to just go down
Joe,
the line?
right down the line. What's your favorite song, TJ?
I would have to say probably Famine.
I gotta say, my favorite's probably War. I mean, that's fastest for me, so I enjoy that.
Nice blast beats.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is probably Death. It was just because it was, for me, it was the easiest one to write.
Okay.
And just to be that guy, our EP is only 4 songs, so we got Famine,
Death.
War,
War,
Death. And honestly, I'm not even kidding here. My favorite song is Conquest, just because I feel like that's the hardest hitting song on the
So we
whole
have
album.
everyone likes a different song on the EP.
And, you know, if you go on Spotify, it's our most played song.
Well, I think the only other song you have on Spotify is FAF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about like as far.
Oh, yeah.
Like most played. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I listened to that EP on the daily. So now to Todd.
What's up?
Tell me about the lyrics behind the EP. Where did you bring yourself from mentally, physically? Where were you when you were writing the lyrics for this, and how did it come out?
For me, the way that I found easiest to write is like what Kyle said he did, where he wrote it, sent us like the roughest copy with the MIDI drums, and yeah, exactly. I'm able to kind of piece it together that way. For me, this one was it was interesting. It's just like so much that's gone on in the world in the past 20 years that that I've been old enough to be aware of what's going on. It was really easy to write.
What specific topics do you really put your foot down on for this EP?
What topics?
Every song is supposed to be a horseman of the apocalypse, and mine is just a modern take on it. Like maybe what somebody in Iraq might have felt when the United States kind of just
Ran through
yeah,
and
exactly. Not that that I know much about the topic itself, but just getting in the mindset of being somebody, like how I would feel if somebody just started to attack me for reasons that I may or may not be
I
aware
could
of.
definitely pull that off. My favorite song's actually Famine on the EP. I didn't say that Famine is my favorite song on the EP, so I'm just going to tag along with someone. 2 basses like the same song.
Imagine that.
I think it's because it has a heavy bass line right in the beginning of the song.
Maybe.
Very prominent.
Is it too late to change my answer to Famine?
We have 3 for Famine now.
Well, it's split between bandwagon.
Bandwagon. But anything else about the topics on there specifically that you would like to say?
For me, like I said, it was my modern take on it, and more of just saying, like, if the apocalypse has happened, it's happened 1,000 times over. It's the same process has happened in different scenarios over the course
History.
of recorded history. So,
All right. Now I have to ask you, what was the easiest song to write, and what was the hardest song to write?
for me,
For
it was
for both
Death.
of you?
Death was the easiest to write.
From an instrumental standpoint, I see the way it went as far as writing it was like the first song we went in with the most written. The last song was kind of the most chopped up. So Death, like Todd was saying, he said it was easy to write. But we spent a lot of time on Death as far as, fuck.
We spent a lot of time on We spent a lot of time on Death because in the process of writing these songs, we wrote Conquest, we wrote War, and then Famine and Death were kind of pieced together just from other riffs and whatnot that
All the
we had,
leftovers.
that we had been playing around with.
He's basically saying it the way I couldn't say it.
Well, I mean that works too, I guess.
Not really. He's awesome.
I do like your drumming.
Well, thank you.
Not that I don't like your drumming, Cody. I like your drumming.
I do like your sweater too.
Won't you be my neighbor?
All right, what's your favorite song to play on the EP?
War.
One for War.
I will say War as well. I'm sorry. I will say War as well. Just cut TJ out.
I like Death.
Death.
Split 50-50. All right. Now,
I need about 350.
goddamn Loch Ness Monster.
Goddamn Loch Ness Monster.
All right, now let's get a little bit from the past stuff before this EP. When did Into the Harbor start?
I'm going to pass this to
And-
you guys. It's only fitting you guys tell the story.
Yeah.
Let's get a nice little review of where Into the Harbor started, why you guys started.
Yeah. Todd and I, if for those of you who don't know, Todd and I are brothers. We've been playing together, whether it's been just jamming in our basement on like really shitty instruments. We've been playing music for most of our life, actually probably just about all of our lives. And we always had the idea once we got into our like teen years of starting a band. And we had a couple projects that just didn't really work out, and then we kind of put all of our eggs into the Harbor's basket, if you will. And
Pun intended there.
yeah. Yeah. Haha. But yeah. It kind of just went from there. I mean, we got a really good response, better than any of the other projects we'd had, so we just stuck with it. You know, history kind of wrote itself. We released what we had. We went through a lot of member changes to get to Mr. Colin and Mr. TJ here. But I mean, I personally feel like the place where we're at as a band right now is probably our best spot.
Well, I'm glad that
I don't
you guys
know half
came
the
out
time
ahead.
whether I should look into the camera or look at you.
I wait for Jerry to come back to me, and then I'll look at him to be awkward, and then just go right back.
But yeah, Todd, do you want to say anything about the history?
Give me a little input on your side.
I think Kyle covered it pretty well. I mean, we sat in the basement for a few hours, a couple days at the end of a week.
This basement?
No, no, it was at a previous
We've moved a
house.
few times since we
Yeah.
started playing music.
And we Googled the different names that we came up with to see if there was any related matches, and fortunately we found something.
Hey there.
I don't know where we were, but
We were talking about the history
yeah.
of Into the Harbor.
so when did you come in to the band?
I think I've been in the band going on, 3 years now?
We're getting there. Actually, yeah, no.
So, over 3 years now, yeah.
20, man. Can you believe it?
It was kind of nerve wracking because I played one show with them. With my first show with them was at the Brew House, and I don't think we sold it out, but it was pretty damn near close to being decently it was a big show. And then I think the show immediately after that was my first show I ever played that was a sold out show, and that was The Devil Wears Prada at the Harmony House. Dude,
yeah.
that was so much fun. And ever since then, we've just been playing show after show, and I've been enjoying it. If anybody has seen me play, especially at United Artistry,
we saw those pictures. Big smile on every, not even a mean face in any single one, just smiling the whole time. That's how you know you're having fun.
Yeah.
If you can look under our mask, we're not smiling. We're actually just
That's
making faces.
that's
at
my
people.
drummer face.
He's the most
This is-
photogenic.
No.
What would you say is the most photogenic?
Oh, definitely you. Definitely you.
How am I the most?
muscles and shit, man.
It's the
Don't give me all
the
hot
face,
about it.
man.
Put it in the comments. Who's most photogenic?
We're gonna take a vote out of all of Into the Harbor. Who is the most sexy? My vote is on Kyle.
I gotta
that's
say,
just
I
me.
agree. I agree with Kyle.
I agree with Kyle.
I would
too.
agree with TJ.
We're not talking about
because
sex
he's the
appeal
most
here. We're
soft
talking
featured.
about photogenic.
Say Todd though. I might say Todd.
See, we don't agree on anything.
All right, now TJ, when did you come into the band?
I came into the band, I believe it was 2018, late in the year.
Yeah.
And
because you joined us during the fall. I remember because the first time I met you was at outside of Mohawk.
Was that
Place.
27?
yeah, they asked me to come out to a show, and if I'm not mistaken, I had work that day. And I got there as they're bringing their stuff out, and I felt so shitty. And we talked, and Kyle asked me to come on to practice, so I did. I mean, what they gave me to hear first was the Mapmaker EP, and that was it was freaking, yeah.
That's a killer
It
album.
was an album, but blew my mind. I was like, why are they? They're from Rochester. What are they doing here? This is amazing. And I was really blessed to be given the opportunity. I had posted on Facebook. I was whining about not being able to find a music project, and someone sent me a message and said, I think it was their friend's band was looking for a bassist. So I contacted them, saw that they had the post for the bassist, and the rest was history after that. Except my first show with them was actually my first fold-out show. It was a Whitechapel show. It was stacked with like 4 other bangers.
Whitechapel, Carnifex, Rings of Saturn was on there, Entheos. So This Is Suffering. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. What was that?
So much respect to that dude.
Yeah,
because
Carnifex
he wore
was
a
there,
fucking
too.
Hoodie the whole set.
Damn.
He was a big, like, had to be at least 250, 260. And he was wearing a fucking hoodie with the hood up and a hat on.
He took that sweatshirt off and wrung it right out, probably right after that set.
But that was probably the most ballin' thing that I ever got to do, for lack of better words. I'm glad to be here still. I made the cut, coach. Put me in, coach.
Now, 2020, we have our official lineup for next coming up shows.
We be into the harbor. We be into the
Now,
harbor.
before we get into some fun stuff, what do we have next up for shows? What can you say for coming shows?
Hi, I'm Kyle. Our next show we have coming up is February 22nd at the Montage Music Hall. We're playing with Body Snatcher, Great American Ghost, Born Anew, and the boys in Soma Slumber and White Tides with Into the Harbor. Or Into the Harbor is with
If you don't have your tickets
I
yet
keep
for
looking
that
at the
show,
fucking camera. I'm going to look
get
at you.
tickets.
So for the last show, I'm going to talk to you about this one. The last show we have, actually, we can't announce the next show because it hasn't been announced yet. But it will be announced soon. Actually, it'll probably be announced by the time this video comes out.
Probably.
So yeah, why don't we just talk about it? Our next show will be United Artistry Live 4 at Anthology, April 4th.
You heard it here. United Artistry. But we're not going to tell you who else is on it, just them. That's the whole set.
6 straight hours of I'm not a vocalist. I'm going to give this to Colin.
Do you have any other future shows that you can just say you have shows?
No.
Planned?
Not at the moment. I don't think so. We're always looking to play out of state.
Yo, out-of-state promoters.
And in-state, in Buffalo, Syracuse, anywhere.
Albany.
If you want to put us...
Okay, where were we?
shows.
Shows, yeah. They want to play out of state, so out of state promoters, in-state promoters, Rochester, Buffalo, Syracuse, Albany, Long Island, New York City, Mass. Long Island.
Or anywhere else in the world.
Penny Arcade.
Ohio. Vermont. Massachusetts. Like
California. In California, California.
Texas.
All right, now we're going to get into the funny portion.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to ask you a question, and one by one, you're going to give your answer. So first up, we're going to start with you for your first answer. Who in the band is late the most to practice?
Is that a real fucking question?
I gotta throw somebody under the bus.
You can say me.
I love you, TJ.
I love TJ, but fuck, man.
Really? Huh? Really?
Now
The day
the-
that we wait like an
Now
hour
the
to
fucking, the tables, not the tables have turned, but fuck, man.
How about you, Todd? Who do you think is late the most?
TJ.
Colin?
If I can't say me,
You
'cause
can
I
say
would-
yourself.
It's TJ.
TJ, who's the most late to practice?
In my defense, me and Colin usually carpool. So when I'm late, we late.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting
But if I had to say who's late, I think Todd is pregnant, so he's late.
Dude, because Todd literally keeps putting on so much fucking weight.
I don't see
Lose weight, you fat fuck.
All right,
Me
now,
talking.
next
Keep
question.
giving it back to Colin because Colin's my favorite.
We're going to start with TJ on this next question. We're going to go the opposite way. Who dresses the most nicely or most well-dressed, in your opinion?
Now, by well dressed, do you mean
Not look like a
cool
hobo.
Or okay, I'm gonna have to say Colin. I mean, he's got These are jeans, but don't be fooled. They look like slacks.
In general,
In
Look
general.
at these shoes.
Yeah, no.
In general.
I second that.
Look at this. Look at this sweater. Are you kidding me right now? These threads.
That is an Abercrombie and Fitch sweater
He's
if I've
got
ever
thread
seen
game.
one.
I can't denounce that. He's got mad thread game.
Shit. Okay, Colin, who do you think is the best dressed?
The best undressed is definitely Todd.
I don't second that.
If it's not me, I would say probably TJ, because you've got some really gnarly jackets and hoodies that you wear that I definitely like. So I'm gonna.
All right, Todd, who do you think is the best dressed?
I would say both of these guys, Frank, because they had slightly different styles, but I would say that they
Quite fashionable.
They could be in a magazine, yeah.
Alternative press, they're looking for models.
Hard no. Hard no, everybody. Hard no.
How about you, Kyle? Who is the best dressed in your opinion?
I have to agree with Todd. These two. 100%.
Pretty unanimous. We got our two pretty boys here.
Sweatpants.
Yeah. Look at these bad boys.
TJ did wear sweatpants for our last show, but
But they were
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
designer
What kind of sweatpants were they? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
All right. Next question. Who eats the most?
Do you even have to ask that question?
Hey, it could be TJ for all I know.
That's tough.
Me.
I don't know if I've ever seen either of these guys eat before, so I would say
When
probably
we were on the road, we were all eating together.
You have
And-
to ask these questions.
I just didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, like. I mean, I can clear a plate. It takes me time though. I'm not a fast eater, but yeah, I would definitely throw myself into the ring. Although I'm probably the smallest, if not the second smallest dude in the band. No, I genuinely mean that. Like I can,
do this next week.
Are we gonna do this? I'm gonna eat so many grapes, my stomach's
No,
gonna be
you're going to get a
scratched
garbage
and-
plate. Whoever can eat the garbage plate quicker. I think that's pretty.
You're treading in some deep waters, my friend.
All right, then I'll change my answer to Kyle just because I want to avoid this. I want to avoid this.
All right. How about you, TJ? Who do you think eats the most?
I can't be sure, but I'd like to say that I can eat a whole half of a large pizza. And I would like to.
Half of a large pizza.
Yes. And I would like to challenge Todd. I'm challenging Todd to a pizza eating contest. I'm challenging Todd to a pizza
I
eating
think they have
contest.
half a pizza eating contest.
That would be beautiful.
Get a whole pizza. And eat
They're local to Rochester. I'm fucking kidding. No, that's not true at all.
You know, I can't be sure. I feel like it's Todd though, just because he's always got the munchies. It's always happening. And then Todd's girlfriend tells me that she's tired of pizza because he eats it every day. Oh, fiance, I'm sorry. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm a little late on that.
To the happy couple.
Kyle's getting married before we are.
Hey, I'm getting married in October.
Where's my baby? Right over there.
I might get married this year. We'll see.
Kidding, Sarah,
We'll
if you're
see.
watching this, you probably hate me already.
All right. Now, next question. At the show, who shows up first?
I would personally say usually Kyle. He's like the PR guy. It's what he does. He's the face of the band. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. He's the face of the band. It's beautiful.
How about you, Colin?
Definitely Kyle and Todd too, if they're both taking the van together.
All right, Todd. Break. Kyle, break the three. Who gets there first?
Gonna be unanimous.
I'd have to say Jesus. Yeah,
Jesus is always with us.
Jesus is life.
He is every
He's
day.
love.
How do you think I make it?
You know,
Jesus.
the heavenly. What is it? The Holy Spirit. What is it?
I don't know, man.
Listen to the EP and you'll know everything you want to know
Our
about
music-
Jesus.
Our music just breathes straight, just
No, can you
fucking
yell it?
prayer, and I just said, yeah. I
Yeah?
just negated myself. But yeah, I mean, if we're being honest, probably me. Yeah.
All right. Now, who's the first person to go to the bar or go outside to smoke after your set?
First one to get a drink. I don't think any of us really drink at shows. I mean, I drink once in a while. I drink if I go to a show to see a band, but As far as smoking, I leave that to everybody else. Mostly Todd and TJ, just because they are hardcore stoners. Like, if
Can't see it.
they could have majored in cannabis in college and
Kind of
been
mass
like
now.
fucking dean's list every year.
How are you, Todd? Who's the first out the door to a smoke or first to the bar?
Probably either me or TJ, only because TJ's the most difficult to fucking find before or after shows. Sometimes he just shows up and he's just there, and it's like, okay, I guess he's
I
here.
feel like he goes out and collects more wristbands.
Yo, 2004 emo, right there. Everyone remembers those days.
I'm still here. We're still here.
Represent.
Grand Island surviving scene kid.
the only one.
All right, Colin.
It's definitely not me because I'm the drummer and I got to get my crap off stage. So I don't
you're
have
the
the time.
last.
I don't have the time to do it. But I would say it's probably TJ.
All right, TJ. Who's the first out?
All right, so on a night that I feel like drinking and the vodka and Red Bull is just the right price, or they have PBR, it's me to the bar. But as far as smoking, I think it would be Toddles. But it's true what they say about me disappearing. I've been doing that since 2004. I'll disappear. You can't find me 10 minutes before the set. And then within 2 minutes of the set, you're just like, where have you been? And I'm like, what's up? What's up?
All right, now to wrap things up, I want you guys to tell me your favorite song that you listen to today. Because I know every single one of you listens to music just as much as we
It's not
do.
even fair because I only listened to our EP today.
Then something
Oh.
during the week. How's that?
How did during the week for you?
Okay.
Your favorite song?
My favorite song that I've been listening to this week is probably "Crush" by Periphery.
I thought you were about to say Parkway Drive, but
No, I'm not a Parkway fan. yeah.
Crushed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not a Parkway fan.
If I had to go with today, I just listened. I went back in time and I listened to "I'll Be Loving You Forever" by New Kids on the Block. But as of this week, I've been really digging the whole. It's the whole CD that "Monsters" by Funeral for a Friend is on. It brings me back.
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
That was a good album. How are you, Todd?
That's a tough one. I would say probably recently it's "Forget About Dre." The song comes on and I feel obligated to listen to it because I know most of the words now.
It's one of those no skips.
Yeah.
I'm not skipping this one.
How about you, Kyle? What's your number one for the today or the week?
I've been on a bit of a heavy kick for the last couple months. Like I said earlier, Shadow of Intent. But if there's one that really sticks out, I can't really pick one of their songs, but fucking Dealer's new EP.
Oh,
Oh my god, like Pretty Stupid, just that hits so hard.
me? I'm not going to lie.
God.
I've been on a Set My Friends on Fire kick. Things that rhyme with orange, the nuns are looking. That whole
Throwback, man.
album.
Don't send your friends on fire.
I mean,
Don't do
it
it.
happens.
It's not good.
If I have to, I will.
No, it's not good.
All right.
Don't do it.
So this wraps up part 1 of 2 episodes with Into the Harbor. So now you got to come back and watch the second part because next they're going to talk about their gear. So now with a nice sign off, I want you guys to give me a big Into the Harbor cheer.
Bye. Bye. Have a good time.